Okay, my friends, I want to bring you guys some vital knowledge here on the nervous system. And we're going to get into, how the nervous system is really the whole map for our body, and all of our trauma, all of our mind and patterns and loops in our life are nestled into the nervous system. And then I want to get into just looking at this image here, comparing it to some of the Taoist models of breathing. How can we actually start to breathe and with our mind and that sovereign component within us, start to smooth out the nervous system, start to rewire the body and the mind together. So let's dive in here. My friends, we're going to go deep into some breath work and energy work. And if you guys want to go deeper, there's actually a full free training guide with the 5 first principle meditations of getting into the subtle breath work. Link in the description for that, but let's dive in here. So, cool. To begin with, I was just looking at this model right here of our nervous system, and it's so beautifully laid out. And it really puts in perspective kind of how the body works, okay? So the nervous system, first and foremost, is the closest map we can get to the unseen body. The Egyptians called it the Akasa, or the Akashic field body, basically. The etheric body, the pranic body, the chi body, whatever you want to call it. Essentially, there's a subtle energetic form that is manifesting all things physical. Now, physical trauma can result in knots and patterns in the nervous system per se, or blocks there. And that is just a lower manifestation of the block, or basically like the hole in your aura, or the block in your magnetic field. We have a vital magnetic body, okay? And through mastery of the vital magnetic body, we can do wonders in the physical body. We can actually affect miracles in our physical being when we learn to harness our vital magnetic body and our nervous system. Our nervous system is the most immediate manifestation beneath the vital magnetic body, and there's a great platform to start talking about these things on. So let's dive in. First and foremost here, we see the central nervous system is the integration and command center of the body. It consists of the brain, spinal cord, and retina. The central nervous system is the center of command of the body. And you see that the central nervous system goes, starts at the pineal gland, essentially, in the retinas, right? Is centered in the brain and then manifests down the spine, okay? In creation, we were essentially created. Our consciousness came into shape into this physical being. At the center of our brain is where it began, okay? And then all things manifested outward. And this main frame of the body, the main command center of the body, was formed. From the manifestation down the spine, all things manifested outwards, okay? This is very critical information to understand and apply in the breathing work. So it's almost like the central column of the computer, basically, which is your spine. If you think about it, like, imagine, this whole time I'm talking, really get clear with what I'm talking about inside the body. This should be a meditative listen almost. It can be so powerful that way. So this command center that manifested, everything came out from it, right? So literally your organs are hanging on your spine, are manifested outward from the spine. And the electrical signals correspond directly from the head, travel down the spine into the organs, right? So, and then the rest of the body manifested outward from the spine too. What has happened in this modern day, our central nervous system, our nervous system has been attacked, okay? So it's like we have knots here, and our nervous system has retracted. There's all these different, like, if this is a clear pipe, there's been all these blockages that have occurred on a subtle energetic and the nervous system level. This is why we're tired. This is why we feel disconnected from our mind, our heart, and our legs and our body, right? We're not pumping in one harmony. You see, health, essential health, and the miracles of health happen when we restore order. Order top down in the body and bottom up in the body. And that order can really be restored by learning about the nervous system here. So let's just continue on. I needed to hit that note. The other note I need to hit before diving into the nervous system is that all the trauma that you've experienced in your life, all the like misalignments in your mind, in your emotions, manifest themselves in the brain, in the spine, and in the body. Okay? All emotions, like emotional blockages, mental blockages, physical disease, they're all linked together, right? And they're nestled into the tissue and fascia of the body. Let's make sure I'm still recording here. Yes, we are. So all of it's nestled in the tissue and fascia of the body. This is why going to get a very like gentle massage for 2 hours maybe, and doing super subtle breath work, you can actually start to become aware of, wow, you know, like right in the center of my back. It's where a lot of people have trauma. Right in the center of your back, around your solar plexus, kidneys, and adrenals, is so tight. There's so much trauma there. There's so much trauma in the lower back. There's so much trauma in the shoulder blades. There's so much trauma in the arms and legs. They're essentially turned off. Go watch my video, Vital Knowledge, about the legs. The legs can no longer drain right now because they're turned off. They're just dense, dark matter, so nothing can pump in the body. But basically, if all the trauma is held in the physical body, we can actually address that very powerfully, very potently, by tapping into the sovereign principle within oneself. When we use our mind, our awareness, essentially, and will, combined with the breath, we can actually restore straight channels to the body. We can bring our consciousness in and consciously rewire our nervous system. We can consciously feel and therefore heal trauma stored in the physical body. All the fascia, all this rigidity, all the tightness, all the misalignments in the spine are essentially misalignments in the energy first. When the nervous system goes out of whack because there's a trauma, we create a response, right? We create a mechanism that compensates, that goes around that trauma. And therefore, you know, all these misalignments in our spine are because we haven't been living in holistic uprightness, essentially. So all things are connected, I basically want to get across there. And when there's a trauma in the mind, there's a trauma in the spine, there's a trauma in the body. When the spine's out of misalignment, the energy of the toroidal field cannot flow properly. When the energy of the toroidal field cannot flow properly, so much shit goes down because there's not a clear vessel, there's not a clear channel to carry the energy. Therefore, organs are going to be singing songs or harmonies out of whack with one another, creating disease in the body. You're going to be in states of fight or flight. You're not going to have a strong, vital, magnetic field, which is your protection down here on Earth, which protects you, which protects your integrity, where integrity basically builds it. And when your vital magnetism is hurt, health suffers, vitality, connection, literally the human experience, we have no idea what's possible. So, let's restore alignment in the spine and rewire the nervous system so we're actually connecting on and firing on all levels. When we're firing on all levels, we are embodied. We are fully inhabiting the body. And this is where it all starts. So if you got your notes, or you got your notes in your mind and body right now, the first place it starts is the process of learning to fully inhabit the body with the breath. That looks like slow, deep, full breathing. Literally holding yourself in alignment, whether you're laying down or sitting upright. And breathing so fully, like breathing as if you're breathing through all the nervous system, all the cells of your body. And start feeling and fully inhabiting the breath and fully inhabiting the body. When we do this, we actually start healing because we go into the parasympathetic nervous system where all healing exists. And the parasympathetic nervous system is only accessed when we're breathing less than 18 breaths a minute. That's what I've heard anyway. And I really resonate with this. When we get into a pattern of breathing deeply and fully inhabiting our body, our entire frequency changes because the vital energetic body is flowing again. Our thought pattern changes. It's no longer parasitic or lackful. It's true thought patterns. We start feeling the heart again. If we're feeling disconnected from our life, disconnected from our being, we need to start breathing deeply again. We need to start breathing back into fullness of life. So, that's where it starts, fully inhabiting the body. And from that basis, we can start doing the deep reprogramming work required for reprogramming our nervous system. And my friends, the nervous system has taken a beating. It has been toxified. It has been tied up into a rubber band ball in the modern day. I know this from my own experience. And like so much of the problems in our society, in our lives, are caused from essentially lack of integrity in the vital magnetic body, and resultant lack of flow and charge in the nervous system. So, getting into the info now. We were born and manifested from the top down, as I said. Lost my pen here. And so everything's hanging off the body. What I want to draw attention to right here, my friends, is these 3 distinctions in the nervous system. And this is going to all apply to breathwork. I really encourage you to go check out that package. We have the sacral nerves, okay? And I'm going to see if I can draw with my finger. We have the sacral nerves right here, okay? And the sacral nerves, if you feel the very bottom of your back, right above your ass, there's a hard bone right there at the top of your tailbone. Those sacral nerves, essentially your legs, all the nerves endings in your legs, the big pumps of the body, connect into the small of your back right there, okay? So you can sit there and feel your legs, feel your feet, right? Feel your knees, feel your thighs, and breathe. And start imagining as you're breathing, the energy is coming up and tying behind the small of your sacral, like the back of your body, okay? And when we start breathing like that, we actually start to awaken the nervous system there. And we get to start feeling and healing the trauma in our nervous system, so the nervous system can start flowing and functioning properly again. The second reason I'm bringing our awareness down to the sacral first is because, as I was saying, we manifested from the top down, our command center right here. And in that command center, when we actually go to the very bottom of it and feel our legs, which are the pumps of the body, what happens is the spine can actually begin to drain down. All the things that are blocked up in the center of our back, in our heart space, in our shoulders, which are this area is so blocked up, this area is so blocked up, and this area is so blocked up, okay? When we start to feel our legs again, everything can start draining, so we actually have the platform to begin the work. So, interesting enough though, then after that we have the lumbar nerves. And what I want to draw our attention to here in the lumbar nerves of the body, okay, is that they connect right up beneath your rib cage essentially. I wish my pen would work. They connect right up beneath your rib cage, and then they go down and trail into your hips and your glute area, okay? And doing energy work, you can actually become so aware of all the blockages here. So many blockages, my friends, in the lumbar system. And when you feel like you're really bloated, okay, your digestive and small intestine and colon aren't purging right. We have so much plaque buildup and toxins, so many toxins in the intestines. We are so blocked up in the digestive area. The solar plexus, right? The solar plexus right here governs the adrenals and the intestines. And the adrenals are right connected into our kidneys. And the kidneys is actually where we begin the healing in the body. Okay, we heal the waters first and then the digestion. And I just want to, state that point. I'm going to state a lot of different points in this video. But essentially what I'm saying here is that we need to basically eliminate and purge from our legs and from our intestines so that energy can start being moved again. And to do that is to go into the nervous system around your hips, is to go into the nervous system of that lower lumbar, right? The lumbar nerves, and realize something. That when we can feel our spine, sitting when you're breathing deeply, start feeling your spine. Start feeling the spot in your spine, right? And then as you're exhaling, imagine that just a wave of energy is flowing out of your legs, out of your buttocks, right? Out of your lower back. Feel your tailbone. And imagine you're drawing in energy up into that lower lumbar area, into the small of your back. Imagine you're breathing up energy, hold it, compress energy into the base of you, into that lower dantian, and then release it and let it expand. Let the light shine forth from where you just breathed it into. One of the key notes here that I want to make is feel the back. Feel the back of your spine. Feel the very furthest thing back you can in your body right there. And as you breathe in very deeply and slowly and start releasing into just feeling the back, feeling the spine right here, what you're going to be doing is actually drawing energy down your spine into there, drawing energy up into there. And furthermore, you're going to allow all the blockages that are around your body, that are in your body, that are in the sexual center, to actually start being released. You see, my friends, this is how it works. Okay, if you've made it this far, hit that like button, because this is going to be so valuable information on the vital energetic body, the subtle anatomy right here. This is how it works, okay? We have all these blockages manifested. We have all these blockages manifested in our body, in different organs, in different fascia and tissues, in different muscles, right? And they correspond to a blockage. You can think about all these blockages as balloons. They're balloons that are tethered into your spine, right? And that tether is tension, okay? And as they're tethered into your spine through your nervous system, through the subtle body, what happens is your spine goes into misalignment. This is why brain fog, all these like diseases in the body come from this, my friends. When we start breathing and actually feeling the back of our spine, top to bottom, and we start breathing into the bottom of our spine, and we start breathing into that lower lumbar area, we have to imagine we're breathing in a wave of energy and we're opening the spine area. And as we exhale, what we do is when we exhale, we feel the whole body. And imagine the whole body, everything you feel is just being sucked back into the spine and draining out. As if there was an ever-present moving stream going down your spine, right? As if there was a stream. Imagine a stream behind you and breathing into it. And as you exhale, imagine that all of the nervous system, all these blockages, everything you feel, even around what you can't feel, is just draining, and let it get sucked out of your body. Let it get sucked out of your spine. All of a sudden, if you do this long enough, you're going to realize something so damn profound, is that you've never actually felt that peace in your body before. You think that you feel normal right now, but in fact, like you're holding in so many different areas, like you're compressed here, tight there. You're not fully inhabiting the body. In fact, my friends, I would say that we're only inhabiting like the smallest portion of the body. Like we're literally only inhabiting, like right around the spine or in front of the spine area, into a few different like pockets of energy here and there. Most of our vital energetic body is dark, my friends. All of the esoteric knowledge, which I wasn't really intending to get into here too much, points to the fact that we must activate our vehicle. We must activate man to actually be a vessel, a living sun, bathing in that etheric light. Okay, and to do that is to activate, is to turn on and awaken our consciousness fully inhabiting the body. Okay, and to open up the body as a vessel. This is what yoga is. Okay. Last thing on the lumbar there. So the lumbar, which is the solar plexus, right? By feeling the lumbar and feeling the back of the hips, my friends, it's crazy how much your root in your ass is connected to your lower back. If you don't have a lot of willpower, right? If you have a lot of blockages in your stomach, feel behind you and feel your hips and breathe through this whole area right there. Okay? So that's this section right there. So continuing on through this graph, I'm going to hit on a lot of information here. So just make sure to save this video, share it wherever you can. The Taoists saw us having 3 centers of life. Okay, the dantians, they're essentially heart centers in your energetic being. There's 3 centers: the upper dantian, the middle dantian, and the lower dantian. Focusing on the lower dantian, my friends, the lower dantian is literally the power. It's the life of the body. The middle dantian is the life of the spirit. Okay, the upper dantian is the life of the mind and the life of the basically like space element or ether. How I understand it anyway. This is kind of Manly P. Hall combined with these traditions. So if we want to talk about healing our nervous system, we have to realize that it's about learning to breathe into our lower dantian, raising up the sexual fires, the orange Tara. You see, the orange or the sexual energy is actually where all chi is stored, and it's where all healing ensues. The chi in the body is stored in the sexual centers and the kidneys, okay? The sexual centers and the kidneys. So by learning to breathe into that lower dantian center, right, breathing into it, and then exhaling, what we can actually start to do is imagine we're breathing through our whole nervous system, right, into that lower dantian center. And as we exhale, our whole body exudes light. Imagine you're breathing into a living sun at the center of your lower dantian. As you exhale, it shines light forth. Okay, that is just a master key to healing in general, is that lower dantian center and activating chi. You can do this in two ways. There's yang breathing and yin breathing. Okay. Yang breathing is like the Wim Hof method. It's a lot of the breath work you've seen on YouTube before. It's, the fire breath. Yin breathing, though, is actually what restores your nervous system. Yin breathing is breathing very slowly, very fully, very deeply. The more subtle you can feel, the more subtle you can heal. Feeling is healing. Okay, so we're going to be breathing into that center. I want to draw an interesting correspondence here, okay? So if our lower dantian center is what essentially receives the fires of the body and receives the, our body is a big pump. The energy and blood go down, up, and down, and up. The lower dantian center is that lower pump, and it's kind of like the center of life in the body. We can see it right here really well, right? We have that lower dantian center, which brings the fires up. Then we have the middle dantian center and the upper dantian center. If we look at our nervous system, getting back to here, lower dantian center, that's in the lumbar and sacral. The sacral is the portal in, and like the top of the lumbar is the portal down. That lower dantian center, we're going to be breathing our central nervous system, which is our consciousness, our center, command center, down our spine, right? Bringing the chi into here, which is directly connected to that lumbar nerves and sacral nerves, okay? The center dantian is in this purple thoracic nervous system center, okay? Let's talk about this area right here. So I've made, I have a couple different diagrams. I have a lot of different diagrams. So much can be said here. Go check out the energy work packages if you want to go deeper. But essentially there's three planes in the human body. There's the shoulder plane, there's the center of the back plane, and then there's the hip region, okay? And this is where the axes are in the body. Axis points. All of them. When you have misalignments in your shoulder, your middle of your back, and your hips, okay? So by breathing and laying in alignment and breathing slowly into your legs, you can actually start to fix your foundational alignment and your foundational energy, okay? From there, we go up. We have to realize that this area right here is like a big Tesla coil. Your whole body is a Tesla coil, but especially your heart. And a Tesla coil is this electric magnetic pole, this waving energy that goes all the way around your chest. Your rib cage is literally a cage of energy, okay? And so when we start working with that area of the body and start healing this area of the body where all the organs are contained, right? What we actually must do is have the bottom already activated so we can breathe up the energy through there and then allow the nervous system and the blocks in here to drain out. So you breathe into your chest and then let it drain out, as if the mother was sucking out the energy from you, was sucking out everything. One of the best meditations is to imagine a big magnet under your feet, right? This big magnet. And you breathe in, and then as you exhale, you just surrender everything that wants to get pulled out by the magnet, okay? So breathing into this middle dantian center is really powerful. It's powerful to imagine you have a living sun in the center of your body, and you start breathing into this living sun, right? And exhaling. So much of that. I have like 6 different videos on breathing into the solar centers in the full package. But anyways, when we're breathing into the rib cage, it's really powerful to feel the edges. Feel the edges of your ribs. You see, my friends, the nervous system, the lymphatic system, the circulatory system follows the bone structure of the human body. As above, so below. On the skeletal or earth plane level, same with the energetic level. That's a rib cage, horribly drawn, okay? But essentially what I'm saying is if you look at, maps, you can see that the nervous system hugs the ribs because it's where it's protected. The bones protect, the lesser tubes, okay? And the bones themselves are great tubes. They are great tubes of life force in the body, in your bone marrow, right? So imagine breathing through this spiraling energy into your chest and then letting it all drain out, right? And just breathing very deeply, very slowly. Another reason to feel the edges is because, again, your awareness is contracted because there's blockages in your spine. Your awareness of your chest is contracted. There's actually so much you don't feel. Like, can you actually feel your kidneys at the center and the back of your being? Like, usually those are so blocked up for people. Can you actually feel like your spleen or your liver right here, or your spleen and pancreas, right? Can you start breathing into the whole organ center, right? And when you exhale, feel all of it. The more you can do this, the more you can expand your awareness into your body, the more you can heal your nervous system. You heal your nervous system by practicing the sovereign principle, which is awareness and breath. Can you just consciously breathe? Be subtle and clever in your awareness. Breathe into the fullness of your spine. You start by breathing with the spine, right? And then you allow all the other parts of the body, right, to resonate with the spine. You allow all the other parts of the body to hang on the spine. This is another really powerful meditation if you're taking notes here. Another great one that I have some guided audios on in the package is to become very aware of your spine. Hold yourself in perfectly still alignment, right? Breathe as if you're breathing down the center channel of your spine and you're filling up your whole body, right? Hold your breath and imagine that every cell is just hanging off your spine. Let your whole body hang on the bones, right? Exhale and allow your body to literally get dragged through your spine. Everything you feel, imagine just waves of energy just flowing out your spine. All of a sudden, by doing this, by breathing out of the spine and then releasing back into the spine, by doing that kind of flow and imagining, this is the key, that every organ, every cell of your body is just hanging off your spine, because it is. Everything's manifested downwards, as you see in this image right here of the nervous system. The whole body is manifested downwards. It's literally a hanging electrical system on the spine, okay? So breathe and allow everything to hang on the spine. This will restore order to the body. The other really powerful meditation, before I get probably into one of the most essential information points in this video, the other vital information point, or a practice that you can do is, what was it? I can't remember right now. I forgot what I was just going to say. Oh, I call it embryonic breathing. Breathing as if you're in the embryo. And in the embryo, you're breathing in all the waters around you. Literally, you're in your mother's womb. And you're breathing in the, I forget the fluid name. You're breathing in all of that nourishing life force of blood and like placenta and nutrients. You're breathing it through your whole body. Literally, your blood is pumping with that nutrient blood in your mother's womb, right? You must be reborn to enter the kingdom. To be reborn, you must enter the womb again. To enter the womb again is to learn to breathe the blood of the mother through your whole body. The blood of the mother, right? We are in the womb, as Hermes likes to say. Earth is the womb. We are in the blood of the mother, which is the ether, living eternal all around us. You must be reborn of spirit and water. Water is a symbol of chi. Spirit is a symbol of awareness. The fires of I am. These are the words of Jesus. So you must be reborn to enter the kingdom. To be reborn is to essentially learn to breathe the embryonic fluid of earth through your whole body. And that is done by feeling your spine, learning to fully inhabit the body, and then begin breathing as if you're breathing and unifying and just becoming one with the universe, becoming one with the ether. This is what it's all about, is being reborn of the spirit and the water, which is being reborn of mind and chi. And to be reborn of mind and chi, you must learn embryonic breathing and then learn the Merkaba. So embryonic breathing. So how deep are we in this video? We are out here. Let's just keep going, finishing up right here. Finally, my friends, this is the most interesting part to me that I've been working with deeply. This is the spinal cord right here, okay? And the first, man, I should have put this at the beginning. But anyways, who made it this far? Hell yeah, thanks for being here. The 12 top vertebrae of the spine, right, essentially are the nerves that govern the whole body. Everything manifests outward from these. All these nervous system charts down here beneath it are hung on the 12 vertebrae in your neck. Okay, the 12 vertebrae in your neck are so essential. And what's really fascinating about this is you can see the cervical nerve, right? The cervical nerves go all the way down the arms and through the shoulders. Look at where they're all bunched up right here. Look at where the nervous system's all bunched up right here, okay? As above, so below. Within your own human body, same thing applies. The sacral center, which is the birthing portal of Earth, the sexual center right here, where we see this huge knot of nervous system, lymph, circulatory, energetic. It's the birthing portal of Earth. This is why this is the key to life in the body. Life in the soul is birthed. Well, life in the spirit essentially is birthed through Doth, which is gnosis, which is logos, which is the spoken word of spiritual truth. And Doth, this is getting a little bit esoteric, but bear with me for a second. Doth is the birthing portal of the macrocosm. By speaking the true word, you are birthing God into existence, right? He spoke the word, and the word is at the source of all creation, right? Interesting. And then these cervical nerves, which connect right into the base of the brain and the optic center and the rest of the head, these cervical nerves right here flow all the way down your body and your arms and shoulders. This is a major key I want to hit on. My friends, we are so blocked up in three main areas of the body. The center of the back, right here. The shoulders, and the hips. These are the three axis points of the body. If you go into the chiropractor, they measure scoliosis at these three axis points. These three axis points are in between major centers. Okay, lower dantian, middle dantian, upper dantian. These three axis points are where the subtle energetic body weaves. It's where it crisscrosses, okay? And to activate these points is actually to feel where they're connected to. So, my friends, if you suffer from headaches, brain fog, mental fatigue, right? If you feel like this part of your body isn't online, which it's probably not, the back of your neck, your lower back, we're always hunched over phones, right? What we must do is start to connect our heart to our mind, and this is done through the hands. Wow. Okay, so I could go into so much symbolism. The Buddha has glowing swastikas on his hands and on his heart. Why? The heart chakra is actually governed by the thymus gland, which is right here. Okay. In Zoroastrian, the three main things are good thoughts, good deeds, or good words and good deeds. Well, deeds are symbolized by the hands. Good words are symbolized by the mouth. Good thoughts are symbolized by the brain, or something like this. There's this three-part connection that leads to this trinity, my friends, and it's in your hands and your head, okay? and your heart. But this trinity, what I want you to do is lay on your back in perfect alignment and actually start expanding your nervous system back down your arms. Breathe, and breathe as if you're channeling energy into your hands. And when you exhale, imagine that these channels are just pumping and flowing and your hands are shining out light. When you're exhaling light from your hands. Okay? Start subtly breathing and feeling this whole side of your body, the whole left side of your body, for instance. I like to stand in the shower, doing a cold shower, and I put the water, and I let the water hit me right here. Okay, this is such an access point to the whole being. You let the water hit you right there, and you relax your arm, as if your arm was just hanging on your neck. As if your fingers, everything you could feel, every cell was just hanging off your neck. Let it go completely limp in like frigid cold water. You will feel the blockages start moving immediately. Right? And by breathing and feeling the whole backs of your shoulders, the backs of your arms, and feeling this section of the spine, which is everything right here, what we can actually do is begin to turn on a heart-mind connection, to open up the neck area, to open up this central column, right, of connection between the heart and the mind, where so much info is processed and received and passed. We actually must expand it again. We are so closed off in our throat and in our neck and in the top of the chest, in our thyroid gland and thymus gland. What we must do is feel the backs of the arms again. Feel this part of the spine again. Start breathing through here and opening up the nervous system. So, my friends, so much goodness was just fucking launched right there. Hit that like button. Please share this video. I want to go make so many more of these videos. Go check out my other esoteric anatomy videos or Merkaba videos. Just type in Reality Files Esoteric Anatomy and you'll find your way there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please drop your comments on what you found useful and valuable. This is really coming from my heart. I think this is such enormously important information. Some of the greatest teachers of all time say that our nervous systems have been sabotaged in the modern day, and it's like literally the cause of all the pain in your body, all the pain in your life. The mind is you think with your whole body, my friends. If you suffer from, just patterns and sabotaged minds and thoughts and emotions, realize that it's intimately connected to your body. Anyways, my friends, thank you so much for being here. Please hit that like button. Please share this message. My channel doesn't get found any other way. And yes, I will see you guys on the flip side. Peace out.